Okay, so if you want a real ghost encounter, what is your likelihood right here in the state of Florida? Where do we rank amongst the states with the most ghost encounters? It's not too bad. Now, number one on the list is New York.
Huh.
You think about that, the Amityville Horror is from the state of New York.
Yeah, Long Island. That was one town over from where my dad grew up.
Okay.
So he was in Massapequa, and Amityville is right next door. He said that was a creepy sight.
And that is a creepy movie. And I watched it a long time ago, and I didn't remember it. And I watched it recently. First of all, that man's beard is next level. It is amazing. And secondly, it is a creepy movie, man. You would not do well watching that movie.
I have never watched it. I won't watch it because it's based on a real story, right?
It is. It's based on a real... Now, I'm sure they took liberties with it, but yeah, it's based on a real story.
Okay. Well, if you're looking at the most haunted states with the most ghost encounters, New York, number one, an estimated 160,000 plus ghost sightings over the past century. 100 years.
Okay, but they have the most people too, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of the most populous states.
Yeah.
Possibly. A little bit older as well.
I see what you're doing. You're investigating. You're ruling out things. That's what a good ghost hunter shall do.
And the population does, I think, have an effect on that because they've got 81 sightings per 10,000 people is how it breaks down doing the math.
Okay.
Texas is two, another big populous state. They got 77 sightings per 10,000 people. You've got California on there, another populous state. They're at number 4 with 72 sightings. And then Florida's number 6 with 62 sightings per 10,000. So we made the top 6. Now, the other smaller states that I guess proportionally had more based on the population, Louisiana's number 3.
Yeah, it's a spooky town.
New Orleans
is
and all
there's
that
ghost
stuff.
tours.
Right.
They have a whole business around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. And in the argument, too, Florida, we got St. Augustine, we got Key West.
That's
2 big towns for
true.
ghost tours. And then they got Utah, oddly enough, at number 5, 62 sightings per 10,000.
Huh.
Yeah, for whatever reason. So, yeah, Florida is one of the top 6, at least, when it comes to ghost encounters. Probably the population has a lot to do with that.
Many cold cases, many spirits feeling like they need to be heard.
Unrest.
So the question is, do ghosts come around more often during Halloween? Now, Jbird, your house is riddled with ghosts.
But you invited them there.
It is hard to kind of...
live your life.
See if there's a difference of major activity during October. It does seem to step up. It's almost like they know it's their season. But then again, there's always something going on at my house. Now, I get it. There's a lot of people out there that don't believe my encounters, and that is your constitutional right. If you've never had an experience, I wouldn't believe me either. But if you are a person that has had an experience that you can't explain, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now, you said there's a name that keeps popping up in your house, Deborah.
Yes. I woke up from a very weird dream, and it was the reason why I woke up was because somebody whispered in my ear, Deborah, and I woke up. Now, here's where things get weird. About, 6 days later, one of my friends was over. I didn't tell anybody about this, and they go, so who's Deborah? And I go, what are you talking about? They go, I heard someone ask, where's Deborah from the other room? And it wasn't me. And it was just me and him in the house.
What if you find out, the last person to live in your house was Deborah?
Now,
didn't you say something happened squirrely in your house?
Supposedly there was a murder. Now,
what if the person that was murdered is Deborah?
I don't know. And I've been trying to do a lot of research, and it's been very tough to get for whatever reason. Now, some people say she died from an overdose. Other people say that there was rumors that she met her fate by somebody else.
She was murdered.
Look,
In your house?
that is the rumor. That's what I've been told by neighbors before.
Do we know what her name was? Was it Deborah?
I don't know. It's a weird thing about my house. All of a sudden, within a 10-year span, so many people move in, and just as quick as they move in, they move out. And I've got the receipts on that. There's been people that go in and get out quickly. and it's very bizarre. Now, I think it's weird that someone would bring up the name Deborah to me after I had Deborah in my ear. I'm not making that up. That's not a lie. That really happened.
That's horrifying.
That's cool.
Wow, that's cool.
I disagree.
I don't think it's horrifying.
I think it's time to move.
No way.
I would leave.
Yeah.
Now we're finally getting.
I'm saging my house.
Bye, Deborah.
No, we're getting to something right now.
Not
finally.
since bye, Felicia, have I moved quicker.
Now it
That
doesn't.
something is called possession.
No, that's not possession.
If you bring Deborah in here, I'm going to kick your ass.
That's not what possession is. It's a haunting, not a possession. There's a difference.
What's the difference?
Well, when you're possessed, something takes over your body. Something takes over your soul and your spirit. A ghost just haunts you, walks around, tries to trick you. Many times they don't mean they want your attention. They don't want to hurt you.
So you're just roommates with Deborah. She's not trying to be in you.
Is she paying rent?
We wonder if Deborah is the spirit we feel like is from a 1920s era.
Is Deborah the one that was playing the piano?
She's the one that we think this might be the woman who comes out when Honeyface is around.
Jealous.
And when I start playing my out of key, creepy, haunted piano.
Wow.
Yeah. And
I don't know how you live there.
Look, you can believe me or not, but that's a true story.
Wow.
I would have moved months ago.
Hell no. We are getting to it now, baby. We're finally getting somewhere.
And this is why you have the Weird and Whatever podcast.
Which is starting up soon, by the way. I just have to clean out my podcast room because there's so many dead props in there.
Now, a couple texts. One said realtors have to disclose if there was a death in a home.
I've been told that's not true. We've gone back and forth on this issue.
Well, what if it was 4 realtors ago and they don't know?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
If this house has been flipped several times since the murder.
We've gone through this before, and it always comes to a fight, and we never get an answer. Some realtors say they have to disclose it, and like you're saying, they may not even know they had to disclose it.
What if Deborah was the realtor and she's dead?
Yeah, and maybe it's a coincidence.
The dead can't disclose, Kevin.
That's true, they can't.
Deborah.
It's one of the unfortunate things about being dead.
Deborah, the realtor.
Another person said, tell Jbird to look up property appraiser. He'll be able to see who owned the house before him and if there was a Deborah that was on the deed.
Yeah, and I mean, Deborah might not have lived there either. What if Deborah was a victim?
What if Deborah was just a roommate?
Or just
much like she is for you.
Yeah, and who knows what the heck's going on. But look, there's something... There is definitely a buzz or a humming about my house.
You heard Deborah. You didn't say anything. And then your friend heard Deborah too.
I'll bring him in here.
Do I know this friend?
You might.
Okay. Halloween mysteries abounding.
Yeah, do ghosts go? This is our season. Like, it's preseason football.
Well, I think
they're warming up because they know the mind goes there.
The whole thing started was like All Hallows Eve. It was about spirits and about saints and, bringing them out. And then, right after Halloween, you got
Day of the Dead.
Yeah. So I think this is kind of they get it.
The time that
it's a good time to be active.
My girlfriend ever feels anything is when she's cooking. She thinks I'm behind her, and I'm not at all behind her. And that's when she will have an experience.
Really?
Yes, when she's cooking.
Does Deborah want to get Honeyface out of the picture?
I can't speak for Deborah. I think that would be quite rude, wouldn't it?
If I was Honeyface, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to come over there and cook.
Oh, Honeyface knew what she was signing up for.
She's all in.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to say, because every house I've been to, I've had experiences, and then I've been told they do attach to you. Because me and Virginia were just looking at the old footage from my townhouse, Kevin, and I don't know how anyone does not think that's impressive footage.
First of all, we don't have the money to be able to CGI this video from 2019. You can see something in the bed with Jason. They're moving the covers. He wakes up and then they do it again.
Like 70% of our audience thinks it's a cool video. 30% go, this is so not impressive. But if you really watch the video, you can see something grab my blanket and I have a physical reaction to it where I'm pulling my blanket back almost like a tug of war.
Yeah.
Could you not see that?
I could see it. Now, is that Deborah?
Oh, I don't know. I think every house is different, and I think you can totally invite things.
Maybe Deborah came with you from your townhouse.
I don't know. There's supposedly a little girl that likes to stick around.
You got a busy house.
Now, do you have to disclose a death when somebody is buying a property? One text says, I'm a broker here in Florida, and you do not need to reveal any murders in a home. And another person said, disclosures vary by state, and in Florida, they don't have to disclose a death.
Yeah, I was told that they did not have to tell me if anything happened in the house or not.
But neighbors told you. After you purchased the home, some of the neighbors that have been there a while told you that somebody died there.
Now, look, could they be pulling my leg? Of course.
You're easy to trick.
I'm ghost hopeful. I'm looking to get something captured on video. So, yeah, could they? But I don't think they were. I thought they were sincere with how they talked to me, but... You know, who knows?
Now, one comment in the KVJ TV chat said, I looked up the property appraiser and there was no Deborah anywhere on Jbird's home lease, but there was a former owner named Michael that moved in 2000, and then the property was sold in 2001 after Michael died.
Oh, Michael.
So there's a Michael that may have died. Now, I don't know if they died in the house, but an owner had died and the house was sold afterwards.
So if Michael died... I mean, is this house just cursed because Michael died? Deborah died?
I wouldn't say it's cursed. I don't want to look at it that way. I would say it's active, and that's a positive.
Okay.
Right way to look at it.
I'd be packing my stuff.
Yeah.
You would not even keep me there a week.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes during bouts of loneliness, I'm glad I have a ghost there. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're looking to get into the Halloween spirit, the KVJ horror movie was up for its opening weekend on YouTube. You could go and watch that. Thanks for everybody that went to go check that out. It's called Chat Room. You can go KVJ Horror Movie Chat Room, and you'll be able to find that there. Also, another thing to check out, Jbird, you said the Netflix series The Haunting of Hill House.
Y'all, if you like ghost stuff, this is highly recommended. I think the acting is great. I think it's a creepy storyline. Now, like anything, you got to give it a little bit of time. I wouldn't say it's a slow burn, but it's not, every scene's going to be action-packed. But it's very, very good. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend it for the Halloween season.
Well, if you listen to this show a good bit, you know that Jbird has a special talent where he can turn about any conversation to murder. And we're all kind of used to that. That's just kind of the way it goes. But what happens when you're riding in a car with a lot of people you don't know well? And he drove by some woods. What do you think Jbird said as they saw some woods that he was driving by, Virginia?
It's the same thing he always says next to woods. Doesn't matter who's in the car. He says, hey, how many dead bodies do you think are in that patch of woods?
I think it is a great conversation starter.
And how do people in the car react?
Did you know them well?
Not really.
Oh, gosh. If they don't know you, you got to keep that to yourself.
I thought I was being charming.
No, you're coming off like a serial killer.
I think you don't wonder that? All these woods?
No, I do not until you bring it up every time I'm driving you.
It's kind of
Hey, speed up. I think the guy in the back seat's going to kill us.
Dude.
Just take it from me. If you're going to do a conversation starter, maybe do a little I Spy instead.
Let's pull over and get some gas. When he goes inside, let's hop in and get out of here.
Yeah, leave him.
Dude, there's parts of the Port St. Lucie area. You mean to tell me there's not bodies out there?
I agree with you, but we don't bring this up to strangers.
That's why they're not found. That's why you can't find them. No one's talking about it.